been working here for 27 years. I've had various jobs, but this is my current one. I have a degree in library media services, and I love it. I love my job. What are my duties? The kind of things that I do here, number one is, of course, books and library materials. I have to make sure that we have everything that we need, that I do ordering for teachers and staff. I also do classes for students and staff. I'm head of the technology committee, so I do have a number of jobs and duties related to that. Really believe in technology and believe that it is the way we need to go, and how we need to that we need to be incorporating technology into our classroom instruction. One of the areas that drew me into library media being into this job is that I love books. I love to read. I love everything about books, and I have since I was a little girl. As a preschool teacher, I was a preschool teacher for 8 years, and I had a preschool daughter at the time. I began to love children's books, and picture books are a wonderful means of communication, of expression. They're beautiful to look at and often funny and enjoyable to read. And thinking about it, I think about whether I have favorite authors. I have many favorite authors. Jan Brett is one of my favorites. I love teaching with her books. They're very predictable. She has a format where she introduces a story, and using her pictures that she draws, she leads you to figure out what's going to happen in the next page by looking at her pictures that she's drawn. And I find those really great for teaching. I like a lot of the funny books that they're out for kids. So do I have a favorite? I don't know. Dave Pilkey maybe is one of my favorites in terms of funny authors. But I have lots. It's too hard actually to tell you any more than that. It's like so many. The children come to me every day, usually with their classes, sometimes individually. They have lots and lots of questions. Sometimes they want a book about a particular subject. We have to help them decide, if you want a book about airplanes, do you want a book that's fiction or nonfiction? I know generally all their reading levels, more or less, and so I can point them to books that they can read, that have readability. Or if they want something that's nonfiction and they just really want to look at some great pictures, I can often find them a book like that. I also help students with the internet, with the computer, and finding answers to questions. They might come to me and say, how many light years is or how many miles is the Earth from the sun? And I will help them figure that out, either through a book or we go on the internet and find it. I am an adult reader, and do I enjoy reading? There's nothing that gives me more pleasure. I'm also what you would call an eclectic reader. There's really nothing that I don't like to read. Maybe horror. I'm not really into that. But generally almost anything else. Science fiction, fantasy, realistic. I do read more fiction than I read nonfiction, but I love nonfiction as well. Right now I'm reading the biography of Dietrich Bonhoeffer, very interesting minister in Germany during World War II who actually was convicted and put to death for a plot to assassinate Hitler. Very interesting book. But I like everything, and I often read 2 or 3 books at a time. I read lots of magazines. I'm kind of a nerd. I can't tell you that. Reading is what I like to do. that's a book that I picked up about, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago. Because I'm a school librarian, I'm always looking for more books. I go to Borders and shop like some people go to clothing stores and shop for clothes. I just go to have fun and go through all the aisles and look at all the new things. And I picked up Hunger Games. I think I had heard about it somewhere on some list of something, and picked it up, brought it home, and could not put it down. Read it overnight. It was written by an author named Suzanne Collins, and I had read her series, Gregor the Overlander series, which were for a little bit younger kids, but still very, very good. Read the Hunger Games, gave it to my daughter, who's now 18. She read it, loved it, passed it all around, had a little group of people who read it. Then we had to wait, unfortunately, for the second book to come out, and then wait another almost year for the third book to come out, which did just recently, and I finished that in a second. It was so wonderful, and now I'm very disappointed that it's over. But we're going to start a book club here at the school for the staff, and our first book's going to be The Hunger